fortunate to be on this side this morning, and as I told the contestants yesterday evening, I'm not big for writing out my speeches. Typically, I'll talk from the heart and not really write a full-out speech, but I did write a speech for last night and today because I think there are some really important things that I'd like to share with all of you, and I hope you deem them important as well, and kind of keep them in the back of your mind, and I didn't want to miss anything. So as I sat on the bed at 3 a.m. in the Miss North Carolina suite of the Marriott Hotel, surrounded by pageant officials and the Miss North Carolina executive board members, I thought, what have I gotten myself into? Here was my accounting, very business-oriented, soccer-playing, gym clothes preferring, and half-marathon running self sitting with a crown on my head. Just a few short hours before this jarring out-of-body experience, which I ironically experienced, as I peeled the remaining few fake eyelashes from my eyelids and washed away my mascara-tinted face, something I had written on my bucket list as a dream had finally become a reality. I had been named Miss North Carolina in 2013. So as you might expect, this was one of those moments in life where you dream about it, but you never know what it's going to be like until it actually happens. And this was especially true for me, given that the 76th annual Miss North Carolina Scholarship Pageant actually marked my third and what would be my final appearance on the Miss North Carolina stage. So when I finally realized that it was, in fact, my name that had been the one announced as the new Miss North Carolina, I was just so indescribably honored to have been selected among such deserving young women. I felt fulfilled. I felt humility. I felt grateful, and I was excited. And I was in total shock. After a flood of interviews, photos, and tears, I had been whisked away to a private gala in my honor. The evening had been full of excitement, accomplishment, and joy, but also brought a complete flip of my world as I knew it. My life would forever be changed in the following months, and I had no idea of the challenges, hard work, and incredible memories that were to come. I was expecting the Miss North Carolina experience to be remarkable. However, I wasn't expecting for it to change my mentality, my vision, and ultimately the very soul of me. But thankfully, serving as Miss North Carolina has been all of these and more. Here's my truth. I went into Miss North Carolina Pageant Week, a girl from the big city of Lumberton, with a high level of expectancy. By the end of the week, I was a young woman with a clear vision for my future as the newly crowned Miss North Carolina 2013. My experience competing for the title of Miss North Carolina will forever remain one of the best and most exciting ventures of my lifetime. After years of preparation, 3 attempts vying for the crown, self-discovery, and anxiety, it all came down to one night in Memorial Auditorium on June 23rd, 2013. On the final night of competition, I stepped out on stage in my evening gown, and the moment, quite literally, took my breath away. With my entire family in the audience, I walked forward, carrying with me all that I had learned in 24 years, and presented myself to thousands of North Carolinians, flaws and all, confident, joyful, and grateful. This moment, this experience marked a turning point in my life as everything I had ever learned, worked for, cried over, and loved finally became worth it. The Miss North Carolina program used to define the qualities that a winner possesses as confidence and poise. Today, however, the organization has rebranded these characterizations and summed them up by calling the total package the it factor. As such, my goal was last summer was simple. I was going to make the judges see who I was on the inside. I felt that if I was able to communicate that, then I would win, regardless of the outcome of the competition. The more involved I became in the system, the more sure I was that the only thing that would set me apart from the others would be how I conducted myself in the interview room. At the Miss Johnston County pageant, I was told that I had a very academic interview. So naturally, I was frustrated because my true personality had not come through. I did win Miss Johnston County, but I was determined that the Miss North Carolina judges were going to find out who I really was. Finally, I came to realize that there could have been another young woman named Jonna with long dark hair who sang and had literacy as a platform. Somebody could look just like me on paper. However, I was the only person who had the thoughts, convictions, and passions that were unique and distinct to me and my personal experiences. And that was all that mattered. In the post-crowning debriefing session I had with the judges, they all unanimously stated that while I was a gorgeous young woman, it wasn't my physical beauty that set me apart from the rest of my competition. It was my ability to command the stage, my charisma, and my self-confidence. They said that I had the indefinable quality of poise, which made me glow in a group of winners. Talk about someone whose curls perked up after hearing this. However, little did I know that when my name was called as the new Miss North Carolina, the life I knew was going to be completely flipped upside down. All of a sudden, I was not in control of where I was going or what I was doing. It was all in the hands of the Miss America prep team that takes over the minute you win. These brave souls are all volunteers who take time away from their families and donate their summer, getting Miss North Carolina ready for Miss America. There are hours of paperwork, car rides, and meetings that go into this task. I won Miss North Carolina on Saturday, and by Tuesday we were in the car on the way to South Carolina for headshots. Then it was off to New York City for wardrobe appointments. After consulting with my trainer, whom I affectionately call the Rufus, I knew I had a lot to do. For a normal person, Rufus said I looked great, but we were going to the Super Bowl of swimsuit competitions, so I had lots of hours to log in the gym. Luckily, my busy life outside of pageants had prepared me to multitask, so I did interview and swimsuit prep at the same time. I printed off the New York Times articles and read them while I was on the Stairmaster to stay up on current events. And before I knew it, I was in Atlantic City, New Jersey to compete for the title of Miss America. Now, these 2 weeks were crammed with 5 a.m. wake-up calls, 4 hours of sleep a night, dance rehearsals, filming, and lots of hurry up and wait. They were also filled with incredible memories, chances to perform under the historic lights of Boardwalk Hall, and friendships that will last a lifetime. The selfies on the bus, constant delusional jokes, live chats, and food runs at 1 a.m. after swimsuit preliminaries were done are memories I would trade for the world. Then came Miss America Finals Night and the announcement of the top 15 on national television. As I stood on that stage surrounded by a newfound family of incredible young women, I just prayed that my name would be called next. I had told myself this was my big chance to sing on national TV, my chance to sing for 3 Broadway producers in the audience, but my chance to make it. God had another in mind, and my name was not called. To move on through the competition. Miss Tennessee, our time had become my sidekick and confidant. That throughout our time at Miss America, turned to me and said, "You know, Jonna, there is no one else I would be sitting next to you right now than you." I couldn't help but age her up and agree with her. As we all walked backstage on commercial break, the applause and tears followed from our favorite competitors, or the hugs that followed made all that thing really tight that I opportunity. I was honestly disappointed. I didn't get enough representing to that final night. All of you, myself, my state, and positive experience. There were many negatives from my events to let one affect it all. Admittedly, I am a faithful person. And Mrs. Cullen was my season. In my G time at Miss Boca, getting great. I would read a during my each morning America, and I was absolutely in message relevant. Absolute day's page was how the passage for September 15th, the day of final passage and fifth read as a day of petition. Rest in me, my child. This time devoted to rest is meant to be useful. I'm not stressing. You don't have to perform to fulfill my love. Or I have boundless, unconditional love for you. I'm pretty spot on. I think there will always be a part of me that is going to wonder what it would be like if I would have been crowned Miss America. However, I'm also a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And being Miss North Carolina is such an honor that honestly, I don't have very much sadness in my heart. If anything, I'm more excited that I've been able to take the title with which I was blessed last June and use it to its fullest potential in order to make my year of service one that will be heralded for decades to come. So no, I didn't get to show off the pretty nice swimsuit body on which I had worked so hard to perfect, nor was I able to perform somewhere for America on that final night of competition. But it doesn't matter. I had this feeling of calmness the entire time I was in Atlantic City. And it was because of all the prayers people had said and that had sent to me. And I felt every single one. God has a plan for each of us, and the Miss America journey was a true blessing in mine. But fortunately, my journey did not stop with the Miss America pageant. In fact, it was just beginning. Now, in the full-time job of Miss North Carolina, I've had the honor of traveling all across our beautiful state to inspire and influence others over the last 10 months. I speak on a number of topics, including keeping a bucket list and using goals to keep us on track, thinking of how we want to be remembered, struggling early in my education with the ability to read and write, and my adventures as Miss North Carolina. The power that a crown and sash have to make people listen to your message is incredible. I've been able to go into inner city schools and inspire high school students to go to college. Spent Christmas Eve with children who couldn't leave the hospital for the holidays. Go into rural communities where they say, "We never have anyone like you come visit us." Talk to middle and high school girls about self-image and everything in between. I have also been given some pretty incredible chances to perform. Even at school appearances, the kids always ask me to sing something. I'm a firm believer in the power of music, and getting to share that gift on a daily basis is just one reason I love this job more than anything. One of my most important roles as Miss North Carolina is promoting my personal platform, Readers to Leaders, promoting literacy in America's youth. To date, 20% of elementary school students in North Carolina are unable to read. Moreover, half of all people on welfare and 75% of the unemployed in this state are illiterate. But the most staggering statistic of all is that nationally, 90% of all death row inmates cannot read. This is the statistic that really blows my mind because it tells me that someone, at some point in the most critical of the formative years spent learning the foundations of education, truly failed each and every single one of the individuals who fall into this category during their early childhood education. Sadly, I know from personal experience that in today's society, children who are unable to read are considered less intelligent or incapable of doing so. But that's simply not true. Think about it. If a child can get the fact that he or she cannot read past the vast array of adults they encounter in their lives every day, they must be pretty smart. The facts don't lie. Childhood illiteracy is an issue that has the potential to result in unemployment, homelessness, teen pregnancy, and drug abuse, among other things. But I believe in the power of each of us to make a difference. Whether it's actually tutoring or reading to our young people, there's a place for everyone and anyone in the literacy solution, which is why I'm so thrilled to have been able to promote literacy education and awareness on both the state and national level in an effort to grow awareness with the hope that one day every child will be able to read and write fluently and creatively. In such a life-changing year, many lessons are learned in a short amount of time. I've learned to have thick skin and that only one opinion matters, and that's his, and who I see in the mirror. I've learned to appreciate the little things more than ever, because in tutoring and mentoring kids from all across the state who are unable to read and write, I've seen that a lot of them have also never been read a bedtime story by their parent or parents. So it comes as no surprise then that the vast majority of these kids have also never been given a kiss on the forehead or a warm meal on the table. I've learned that success cannot happen without service. And I've learned that service is something that everyone must do in some way. Giving back is how we say thank you for the blessings we have received and a way that we can give blessings to others. I've learned that little girls think Miss North Carolina is a real princess. And when asked if I sleep in my crown, the correct answer is always yes. Importantly, I've also learned to plus in it. As a leader and to be a model, there is what I unstated yet for me. He's so good at what I do that people cannot ignore me. To do this effectively, I must decide to plus is a creative thing. Plus it, any concept engineered by Walt Disney, except time his imaginators would create a new concept. Plus it. He got them to go say the and way it. He would say this as to push communication audience desire for them to their bring this to force them to reduce, and by doing something he remarkable to some I've learned from Jonna Ed learned that is enough. So often in society we look to others to any so in our system trusting look to others that we know late instead of ourselves being the best. North Carolina or our out being confident, being misfitted is about you. Find confident and being don't need to change who we are. It's we don't imaginary change or something. We know we are who we are. Something is aren't good. I've learned that family is the most important element in our lives. I've learned my mom, the aunts and uncles, cousins and wives, and friend, best friends, and my extended family boyfriend blow me away with this constant support, interest, and understanding. And perhaps the most prominent lesson I learned during my time as Miss North Carolina is that everything happens for a reason. Every president or Calhoun Coolidge once said, "Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men of talent. Genius will not exist. The world is full of educated fearless. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." The slogan, "Press on," has solved and will always solve the problems of the human race. If there is one thing I'm sure now, more so than ever, it's that there's a plan for all of us. And if we utilize our God-given talents and gifts to leave this world just a bit better than we found it, absolutely anything is possible when we relentlessly dream big and keep a bucket list. Thank you.